Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm happy that you're joining us. Welcome to the Profitable Marketing Sessions. Today we're doing a pre-recorded session because I got some things going on in the evening. I won't be able to do a live in the evening, but I still wanted you to have this information, and I wanted to speak to you about this session that we're going to be having today, which I'm so excited to talk about. If you're watching, please let me know that you're watching. Tell me in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like about this marketing session. Any questions that you have, I always come in the comments to continue the conversation. So today we're going to be talking about 4 things I wish someone had told me to work on when I started my business. These 4 things are the things that I wish somebody would have told me to focus on, instead of, focusing on my website, focusing on, the things that were keeping me busy at the beginning of my business, which actually didn't bring in profit into my business, right? My name is Janet Soriano. I'm a marketing and web design coach. I hope my clients go from having an idea to creating a profitable business. And we come every Wednesday, usually 4 p.m., to talk to you about tools and strategies that you can use, and things and knowledge that you can use, implement into your marketing, into your business, so you can have a profitable business. Okay. So I hope you're having a great week, and we're going to go right into it. So if you're struggling to get a client, today I want to discuss these 4 things you need to consider to be able to attract ideal clients' attention so you can be able to have a profitable business. But before I go there, I want to go into explaining what these 4 things are. I would like to share a personal story with you that I think I truly relates to what I'm about to share with you. And it's really going to help you really understand these 4 things that I'm going to be teaching you, right? So when I started on my business back in 2015, I remember struggling because I couldn't seem to find a way to attract or make a connection with my ideal client, right? I wasn't seeing people stay long enough on my website to even subscribe for a freebie, or even, let alone buy any of my services or even book a call with me, right? So what I did was by the way, this first business idea that I had was actually selling dropship clothes, mini dresses, mainly for Latino women, right? So I hired a marketing agency that would do the SEO for me for about $700, right? And that was actually my very first investment. It was very, very scary investment. But of course, I thought that all I needed to be successful in business and be able to, make money online, that I needed to have good SEO, be on Google and so forth. And if someone else can handle that for me, then Janet would be rich. Ka-shing. That's my little remark of saying, it doesn't usually work out that way, right? So the marketing agency that I hired didn't actually follow through on its promise, right? And they definitely didn't give me a refund. And I turns out that I got ripped off, right? I got ripped off, and I learned my most valuable lesson, right? Now, I'm not saying that you should never trust any marketing agencies, or that doing SEO on your website doesn't actually work, because it does. What I've learned was that in business, there are various pieces of the puzzle that we need to work on for everything to start flowing and seeing things uh, having momentum, for you to start seeing clients booked in your calendar, for your services, for you to see sales coming in for your products and services, right? So some of these pieces are exactly what I'm about to share with you on this session today. But first, what I want you to do is tell me in the comments, um, have you been through a similar experience where you thought that one thing was actually going to, make the best impact for you to have success in something, but then it turned out that you it didn't actually work out that way, and that there's more to it. There's more to the pieces, right? So that's like the overall compass of what I'm going to teach you today, is that there's multiple pieces of growing your business and making it profitable. These are just 4 things that I'm going to share with you, that if I knew that I needed to focus on those at the beginning of my business, things would have went a lot smoother, and I think I wouldn't have been ripped off those $700 on my very first investment, and it would have saved me those $700, and also months of feeling like a failure, right? Because right after that, I did it just took me down, because having my first investment and immediately failing at that, or immediately like having your dreams just crushed, like it really hits you, right? It really like works out your mindset around that. So 4 things I wish someone would have told me to work on when I started my business, so you can start working on what's important, and ignoring what's not important, right? I'm also going to teach you how to create branding that is more than just pretty pictures, right? You're going to learn that it's not about just your pretty pictures and your pretty fonts, so you can finally attract the right people into your business. We're also going to learn the one thing that you must do if you ever want to create immediate trust with your people, so you can see a flow of calls booked in your calendar, and sales coming through, and how to brag about your business without ever feeling like you're an arrogant salesman. So you can actually sell, make a sale, and actually feel good about it. Okay, so let's go right into it. Number 1 is work on your branding perspective, meaning how do you want your customers to feel when they interact with your brand? How do you want them to navigate your website? How do you want them to feel when they see your logo and your pictures? Like, it's not enough just for you to have pretty pictures on a page. You have to be able to articulate the feeling that you want to provoke in people, right? The feeling that you want your ideal client to feel when they interact with any pieces of your business, right? So remember those numbers on your Google Analytics. They are real people, right? Meaning people who have feelings, people who have been moved or are moved by emotion, right? So the next time you think about adding any piece of content, any piece of color, fonts, or aesthetics into your website, what you want to do is overall think about your overall perspectives. What are the feelings that you want them to feel when they interact with your brand, right? I help my clients do this by first understanding what their brand perspectives are, right? This is how I actually get into the specifics of colors, fonts, and graphics for my clients, right? It's like, what is the feeling that we first need to provoke, and how are the strategies that we use within the fonts, within the colors, within the website gonna help us provoke that feeling, right? The second thing is we need to work on your brand contribution, right? So in order to create immediate trust with your subscribers or your visitors that are coming to your website, what we need to understand is that we need to provide them with much value, right? So I want you to ask yourself this question. If your customer never buys from you, how can you still help them move forward, right? And this question is about creating a business that can give so much more than just, information, but more of like the value for them to actually be able to take the next step to work with you, right? And actually feel as be an authority in your niche or in your area of expertise, right? This will help you create the like, know, and trust factor that actually makes people buy from you, right? So, but how do you provide the most value without ever giving your services out for free? This is one of the questions that I most get asked by my clients. And it's one of the questions that it's like kind of tricky, right? But it's obvious, right? The way that you provide value without giving your free services is actually with your content, right? And any type of content that is part of your brand contribution, is actually going to give value to your clients. So you can't just create a post create a post for the sake of creating a post, but actually create content that is actually going to help your client take the next step to working with you, or actually have a new perspective in how they think about a certain idea or a certain situation, right? So that is called brand contribution, right? Number 3 is we got to work on your brand message, right? These are the things that if you focus on your brand message alone, actually gives you like the mega results that you want to see, because messaging is kind of like more, let's say messaging is more important than your pictures, more important than your brand, than your branding colors, than your fonts, right? Messaging is the thing that's going to make a difference between someone buying and someone not buying, right? And what we want to do is understand what's the core message for your brand, right? What does your brand stand for, and what are the values and your mission when you are talking to your ideal client, right? And what do you believe in, right? These are the core message, the core foundation work that you need to do in order for your messaging and your business to attract new leads into your business, which is actually the foundation of everything, right? I'm pretty sure you heard this before, but it's not a secret for a reason, right? Without these foundational structures in your business, it's going to be hard for you to have actually consistent clients come in, right? It's gonna be hard for you to stay consistent with promoting your business, because you are going to feel like you don't know what else to say to market your business, right? So why? Well, like I said before, we are humans. We are moved by feelings. We're moved by emotions. And this means that having a clear brand message is actually what will motivate you to actually share a post or market the hell out of your business, right? Understanding the foundational work of your message is actually going to actually move the needle forward, right? Of course, this is a lot of work up front, and this is why I always, whether it's my web design packages or my one-on-one coaching packages, we always work on our messaging at the very beginning of our work, because it is the foundation of everything else, right? The last thing is your bragging proposition, right? Sometimes we forget that bragging is not just about being arrogant or selling from a point that says, hey, if you buy this, if you don't buy my services, then you will never succeed. Like we don't want to come off as across that type of person that has that kind of mentality of like, you need to buy if you want to get these results, right? That's the opposite of actually being someone of service that is actually helping other people. In fact, it's about understanding that you are unique. It's about understanding that you are different, and how you help and support your ideal client is actually very unique and very tailored to who you are, right? And embracing who you are, right? So when you go about doing this, you'll be surprised by all the clients that will be attracted to you and your website, not only your website, but like your business overall, right? Because when you are embracing who you are, embracing your uniqueness, embracing your flaws, right? Not just the good things about you, but also embracing your flaws and taking up space in that area that you can be yourself. Then that's when you start to like create a segment within the market of the people that are going to be attracted to you, because of course not everyone is going to be attracted to you, not everyone is going to be attracted to your message. But what we do is we want to just speak differently to those people who we are going to be attracting, right? So what are one of the questions that you could answer is, why are you the best at solving your customers' problems, right? Why should your customers buy from you? And what's your story? What's behind this business? What's the thing that's driving you to actually get this in front of people, right? And we really want to answer these questions because when you do, you're going to get clarity on how you're going to be able to attract your clients, right? You're going to be able to sell from a place that is genuine instead of selling from a place that is like cookie cutter or a step-by-step kind of script kind of thing, right? So before we go, I know this one is kind of short, but I want you to tell me in the comments, do you struggle to attract your ideal clients, right? Do you have a website that is actually doing this work for you, right? And if not, if you need help with going from having this amazing idea about creating a business and having this business and getting it up and running, I have a idea to profit call that I would love to offer you. We're gonna really, really, really understand what is the gap between you, where you're at now, and where you want to be to create a profitable business, and what are the next steps that you need to take in order to move forward and be able to go from idea to profit, right? If you are struggling with understanding how to attract your ideal clients, again, the main forward focus things that you need to be worrying about if you're starting your business, if you're at the beginning stages of your business, what you want to do is you want to work on your brand perspectives. You want to work on your brand contribution. You want to work on your brand message, and you also want to work on your bragging propositions, right? I help my clients do this through my one-on-one coaching program and my web design services. But whichever is what you need right now, we will discuss it on a call. But understand that if you are struggling with getting clients and making your idea into a profitable business, I am the person that you need to get on a call with. Okay. So thank you so much for watching today's episode, and I will catch you next Wednesday. Hopefully it's going to be live. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you. Bye.